Dogs are amazing and wonderful creatures, aren't they? This is Blackjack. She's 14 years old and she's been with me every day since she was about 6 weeks old. And if people were a lot more like dogs, we'd probably all go to heaven, right? Speaking of dogs, there sure are a lot of them in the audience today. Did you feel that? The energy in the room just turned to ice. Why? All of you just agreed that dogs were wonderful and amazing creatures, that we would all go to heaven if we were more like them. You didn't have a problem with dogs until I compared you to one. And this is what I call the arrogance of humanity. And the arrogance of humanity is the unwillingness of humans to see themselves as animals. But the closest we will ever come to understanding our own human behavior is to understand animal behavior. So we have to go to the animals to understand humans. You see, self-awareness is a circular reference, a paradox, like military intelligence or free healthcare. To understand ourselves, we must trick our minds into having an out-of-body experience and see ourselves from the outside. So on our journey today, you will all be gods, looking down at yourself the way we look down at the animals. Can you handle that? I've been in the self-defense industry since 2014. Before that, I was one of Las Vegas's most successful bounty hunters. I moved to Vegas in '96 to join one of the worst bail bond companies in the city. And what I mean by the worst was they wrote a tremendous amount of loose bail. In other words, they would bail anyone with the cash to pay the premium. What that meant for me is we would be chasing bad guys a lot. And that was the action I was looking for. On one particular occasion, my partner and I were looking for a defendant wanted for a violent crime. We made a forced entry into the apartment and moved through the apartment, guns at the ready, only to find our defendant in the kitchen holding a large knife. "I'm not going back to prison," he said, stabbing the air with his kitchen knife. I looked at my partner in a way that said, "Follow my lead." He nodded, knowing I was going to do something crazy. I holstered my weapon and with one swift flick of my wrist, threw open my tactical knife. "You like blades?" I said. "Let's go." As I took a confident step towards the man holding that knife, he immediately threw it down and surrendered. After we finished booking the guy in county jail, my partner looked confused and he asked me, "How did you know he was going to drop the knife? He could have stabbed you and I would have had to shoot him." "A man holding a kitchen knife is hardly a trained knife fighter," I said. That means he was bluffing. I would continue to use that tactic for the remainder of my career. Over the next 6 years, we arrested more than 700 fugitives in 32 states, including 2 of Las Vegas's most wanted. My partner passed away in 2004. I never told him how I always knew how to read those dangerous situations. For 30 years, I never told anyone. But today, I'm going to tell you.